Hey guys, Big Geordie Geek here, and it's time for the issue 14 battle report. I'm planning to issue reports going forward on a Saturday and a Wednesday until we get caught up with Imperium. After that, I might still keep on the Wednesday report, but try and do something different other than Imperium, so possibly Blood Bowl, Age of Sigmar, just little games like, well, I say Age of Sigmar could be a big game, but I'll probably just do little games, because that's the size of my table, and we'll go from there. So this mission sees us introduce terrain for the first time, a Munitorum armored container, some barrels and supply crates, and we're going to see if basically the mission is to claim the resources within the Munitorum armored container. Whoever at the end of turn 3 has most models on top of it will win. So we've got 10 warriors going with 5 Assault Intercessors, so let's see who can actually win that game. Now, before we get into the battle report, I'd just like to say a quick word from our wonderful sponsor, the Daylight Company. I love their products. I actually own a looming task lamp myself, which is an absolutely phenomenal piece of kit. It really does make a huge difference in your painting area. I'm not going to keep you up with a sponsored message, but I will say that if you love your painting, this will really make a world of difference. The only problem is you'll see a lot more faults with your painting work than you would before, but that's a good thing because it helps you improve. Anyway, let's get on with the battle report. So, starting the report, here you can see the two, well, there's not really HQs for this, is there? There's just sort of two, there's a random Necron warrior and a sergeant. So let's have a look at the sides. So, starting with the Necrons, we have 10 warriors, 5 armed with Gorse Flayers, and 5 armed with Gorse Reapers. Nothing exotic in there at all. In terms of the Space Marine, we have 5 Assault Intercessors, the Sergeant being armed with a plasma pistol. And looking at the front there, I've actually used a Assault Intercessor from the Getting Started with Warhammer 40,000 magazine. Okay, so here's the setup. The objective is the Munitorum armor container there. You've got the Space Marines down there in the middle, sort of bottom, Gorse Flayers on the left bottom, and behind the container you have Gorse Reaper Necron warriors. So turn 1 starts with Necron turn, and the first squad of warriors with the Reapers climb on top of the armored container, claiming it for themselves. The other moves up to reinforce them. The warriors with the Reapers are actually out of range, so they can't shoot the Assault Intercessors, but the warriors with the Flayers are well within range, and they make 10 shots, of which only 1 actually missed, which was quite good. Of those, 5 cause wounds against the Space Marines. The Gorse shots managed to disintegrate a single Marine and leave another badly wounded, which is unfortunate for them. They have a -1 AP, and the Space Marine armor is only 3. Well, it's only 3. That 3 is pretty good still. The Space Marines then move upwards towards the container, which is their objective. They then shoot their heavy bolt pistols at the warriors armed with Reapers, hitting them twice. You've only got 3 shots there because there's only 4 Marines, and only 3 of them have the heavy bolt pistols, the Sergeant having the plasma. One of those shots causes a wound, fantastic, which the Necron armor fails to save. They only have a 4+ armor save, and the heavy bolt pistol has a -1 AP. The Sergeant then fires a supercharged plasma pistol shot at the warriors, which manages to hit them. This causes a wound. The warriors can't actually save this because the plasma pistol has a -3 AP versus only their 4+ armor save, so they would need to roll a 7, and that's just not possible on a dice of 6 without anything like stratagems or anything, but that's not something we're dealing with in this game. I don't think there's any way they can just save that at all. The Space Marines then successfully charge in. Now, seeing as this is terrain, they have a height and as well as a distance to create engagement range. Being on top of the container, they are within that range. So the Space Marines then strike with their chain swords 13 times. That's 2 base attacks per Space Marine, plus 3 for the Sergeant, an extra attack for the chain swords. I'd forgotten previously in the previous battle report that the Sergeant did have an extra attack in his base profile. Yeah, so they hit the mark 8 times, causing 5 wounds. Now the Necrons need to roll a 5+ to stop themselves from dying, but they fail 3 of them, and seeing as there's only 3 warriors left, they're wiped out. So turn 2 for the Necrons starts with the Gorse Flayers shuffling towards the Intercessors. They fire the Flayers 10 times, hitting only half of them, 5 on target. 4 of those manage to cause wounds. The wounded Intercessor, I'm afraid to say, is felled, and the other Marine's armor does manage to resist the Gorse energy. The Intercessors then fire their heavy bolt pistols at the warriors. Both shots hit home. One causes a wound, which cripples a warrior and causes him to collapse into the sand. The Sergeant then fires his supercharged plasma pistol, hitting his target. Really should stop choosing supercharged, because, you know, I'm just tempting fate there. At some point, he's going to die. Yeah, so that causes a wound, which causes a Necron to basically be blasted apart by the plasma energy there. The Marines, feeling they have an advantage, charge the warriors and make it into combat with a roll of 10. They make 10 attacks with their chain fists, so that's 2 base attacks for the standard Marines, 3 for the Sergeant, for a total of 7, plus an extra hit for their chainsaws. Yeah, so they managed to land 5 of those on target. 3 penetrate the Necrodermis armor and cut down 2 of the warriors, leaving a single warrior standing. The warrior then strikes back, hitting the Space Marine once, because that's all he can hit them, but he fails to wound them. So now we're into turn 3, and it's Necron turn first. He hits the Space Marines again, managing to score a hit, but once again fails to actually wound them. The Space Marines make another 10 attacks, hitting the warrior 7 times. So it's squeaky bum time here for the warrior. Only 3 of those, however, cause actual wounds to the warrior, but unable to handle the attacks, he does actually fall to all of them and is chopped apart, leaving his bits lying on the ground of the world, leaving the Marines to claim the resources in the container and thus winning the game. So that was quite a good result for the Space Marines. I must admit, I thought that the Intercessors might have struggled against that much Gorse weaponry, but no, the warriors simply couldn't get the hits to do the damage. And the Space Marines armor held up well, so that was pretty good. So yeah, that was a fun one. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now Saturday, our report will be out, and it's issue 15, and we have Flayed Ones joining the battle. I'm looking forward to this one because I do like Flayed. I'm pretty sure it's Flayed Ones. I forget. I did read ahead, but now I can't remember if it was Flayed Ones next. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, they're a fantastic unit, fantastic models, and I really can't wait to get those onto the gaming board for you. And that's about it. So thank you for tuning in. As normal call to action, like, comment, subscribe, dislike, whatever. You know, that kind of thing I'm supposed to do as a YouTuber. I don't know. It always feels like weird. Anyway, but thank you very much for tuning in. That's thank you very much. That's all I've got to say, really.